kind of whatever. But I mean, the point was that she was vilified as a prostitute. You know, she was really vilified. And yet, when they came to power and so on, she could put into practice the kind of choice that she was talking about. And I think that really fundamental, because we don't use the word liberation very much. And she represents that. She tried to, you know, with all the messiness of personal life and so on, she stood for individuals doing what the hell they like personally, and it's nobody's business except theirs. You know, that's basically what, whereas society pushes us down so many expected paths that she's a beacon for that. And if anybody's, there's a lovely novel she wrote called Love of Worker Venus, which is brilliant. I think it's just brilliant. So that's just one thing. Second thing is, why did she sell out and so on? And in a way, you know, you're asking too much of an individual. I mean, Countess Markovic was brilliant, but then she ended up in Double Eras, you know, which I think was better than other things. But an individual can only do so much, you know, and you're probably, as James was saying, you're part of history. And when you're, you know, Trotsky, for all his, he did have small networks around him, even though they turned terribly inwards and they weren't terribly successful. But there's only so much an individual can do, and she was wonderful at being the expression of the revolution, and when that receded, probably most of us, I don't think it's about you know, I think most of us would be kind of lost in that as an individual, and so I think that's the other thing. Just the final thing is, well, what Madeline said very clearly is that, you know, what she advocated for social provision of childcare, of basic things, is such a fundamental thing to give any choice to women, particularly women, but anybody, about how they live their lives. And being able to give the material basis for that is really important. And to do it under the situation, as James said, of real difficulty is a real model for us for the socialisation of these things that under capitalism are entirely privatised.
If you put your hands up, I'll add you to my list.
No, I was just thinking what in the talk you mentioned